Hello everyone, my name is Christina and I'm a friend of Keith Looks, and Keith sent me recently a copy of your new book, Our Shawnee, and I'm so excited that he did. I just received it about a week and a half ago, and I've had an opportunity to look at it a few times and to go and read some of the pieces deeply. And I've been really moved by the collection altogether. Keith let me know that tomorrow is your launch of the book, so that's really exciting, and I wanted to send my congratulations and also let you know that I will be sharing it with teachers in my network. I work for the National Writing Project, and we're a peer-based network of educators who work across grade levels as well as inside and outside of school with educators. And our mission is really to bring educators together to share what they know and their practices, as well as support educators in writing and writing themselves as authors and people so that they can, support their students that they work with in writing themselves. We think of writing as a very creative and production-centered act, and we know that writing just doesn't happen with words and with text, but also happens with video and images, and that it's a compositional act of bringing things together and making meaning from them. And so that's what I'm struck by when I read this book, is just how beautifully composed overall it is, and how thoughtful the pieces and the narratives inside are selected and put together. So I think the first thing that I wanted to say was just, how beautiful it is to have all these different portraits, and some of them are textual and some of them are visual, as I said. And I've spent a lot of time looking at the pictures themselves, both because they draw my attention and because they are so beautiful and powerful and tell stories themselves. Then I started looking at the narratives, beginning with Callie's, and I've read both Callie's, David's, and Devante's so far. And I wanted to speak to each of those authors in particular. So Callie, you write that it's extremely difficult to write about your mom, and I'm sure that that's true. Yet you did it, and you should feel very proud, and it's an important thing to do. And I guess I just really appreciated the nuances that you brought to the situation and brought to your situation, and your compassion and your understanding at the same time as figuring out what is right and wrong for you, and what supports you and what doesn't support you. So it's a powerful piece, not just about your mom, but the pieces together make a really powerful collection, and we get to see so many important people in your life. So thank you so much for sharing and putting that together. David, I wanted to say to you that I was struck by the beginning part where you're talking about the light beam on the porch, and how much you notice and appreciate that in the morning as you sit on 37th Street. And to me, that really reflected, I think, one of your main points about what your grandfather said, which was that you never know what people are going through, and it's really true to keep that in mind. So I think this act of noticing the sunbeam and, appreciating it is an important piece. It feels like it's a way to practice what your grandfather said. So, I love that you shared that with me, and I really appreciated that. And Devante, in a similar way, I do think that, very simple yet profound act of telling your brother that he is loved. there's nothing more important than that. And so it was really powerful to hear the story around that and to see you arriving in that place and being able to put that forward as the most important thing. So with all three of you, I've been incredibly moved to read these pieces, and they're such important narratives, and really thank you for manifesting them and creating them in the world. And I think it's lovely the way that you all have also woven them together with stories of your neighborhood, memoirs, and then the interviews that you did along with the portraits. And I think it honors the many dimensions of your lives that come together. And so I'm looking forward to sharing your collection with my colleagues. And I think that I just want to say that I encourage you forward in your journeys, and encourage you to continue to make and to create as you journey along, and how important that is for connecting to others, for connecting to ourselves, for connecting to our history, for connecting to the world around us. And it also produces new knowledge and new content for the rest of us to learn from. I've learned so much from you already, and I'm looking forward to reading all the rest of the authors who I see gathered here in this beautiful portrait. And wish you all a really beautiful and happy day today as you celebrate our Shawnee. Thank you.